Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review Sam Raimi's 1982 horror classic, The Evil Dead. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. So yes, one more release for this week is the 4K edition of Sam Raimi's original Evil Dead film. And I have to say, like, little backstory with this. The first movie I ever saw as far as Evil Dead goes would be Evil Dead 2. I grew up in Southern California, but when I didn't really get into horror until after I had already moved into Pennsylvania. I was about 12 years old. And the only thing near me was like a bank, a dentist office, and a video store. But the video store wasn't all that good. And the only and I don't know, I just stumbled on it or heard somebody talking about it, was Evil Dead 2. So that was actually the first time I ever watched it. And then, of course, I went into Army of Darkness. So I remember like always asking for the original Evil Dead. And this rinky-dink movie store never had it. So it was years before I got to see the original Evil Dead. In fact, it wasn't until I would say DVD. So maybe in the mid-90s when I actually saw the original Evil Dead. And since then, I still have a soft spot, of course, for Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. I love it. But comparing Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, they're almost two different movies in tone. Yes, they do have that horror flair, but Evil Dead 2 does venture more towards the sillier side and a little bit more comedy in that one. And of course, Army of Darkness is just all comedy. But yeah, the original Evil Dead, I really enjoy this film. I think it's a great horror movie. It's straight horror. There's like barely any humor in it whatsoever. And of course, this is Sam Raimi's first like feature film director effort. And you see the seeds of what he becomes later on into his career. And he's great at it. I mean, this is some good practical effects. The makeup is outstanding. The creepy vibe, the cabin. And of course, it has been remade into 2013's Evil Dead. And, I don't know. There's something to be said about the original Evil Dead I just really enjoy. So how does it look? It looks great. It looks, years better than any of the old VHS copies, even the DVD and Blu-ray. I think this is probably one of the best it's going to ever look. Now it was never filmed in a widescreen format. It was filmed in the 4:3 format. So you do get the square image, which is still utilized in certain ways today. I think the last time I saw a 4:3 image was A Ghost Story by A24. And I enjoy in Evil Dead. It gives you a more intimate feeling that it brings you in. Whether that was actual intent or not, I don't know. But yes, the picture actually does look really good. There is appropriate amount of film grain, which looks fantastic. Day shots, I harken back to the Halloween review I did a couple weeks back. And once again, the day shots are not the best. They don't look particularly good. But once again, this is like 5 minutes of an hour and a half movie that you have to deal with a little bit of day shot. But the night shots really stand out. The interior dark shots are spectacular. The HDR is it's subdued, but it's present. You do pick it out with certain close-up shots of the makeup and when the deadites appear, that kind of thing. I would say, and of course the famous tree in the woods scene, you do get a lot more detail than you would normally on a Blu-ray or of course even a DVD or anything. It looks good. It looks great for a film of its age and the quality in which it was shot, because essentially it was almost like a student film, with Raimi getting together with his buddies and filming this. But it looks great. If you were a fan and are on the fence about picking it up for a visual upgrade, I would say do it. You know me, I shoot straight, and if I don't feel like something's worth an upgrade, Like going back to Halloween, I felt it was an upgrade, but it was a bare upgrade. It was, you know, you wouldn't be faulted either way by keeping your old 2007 or 13 disc. But for Evil Dead, it's never going to look better. I think it looks spectacular. And, you know, especially the blood. The blood looks very good. But how does it sound? It does support a 5.1 track, which I know there's no original audio, which is disappointing. A good mono track probably would have really been spectacular on this. It's a good track. Not a lot of LFE in it, but it does sound good. You do hear things in your ears fairly frequently, and it's in no way a game changer, but it's good for what it is and and how it serves the story. And remember, this is a low budget film, so you know you're not going to get the big bells and whistles, but you did get some appropriate surround effects. So overall, I think this is a very good upgrade. I highly recommend getting it. If you're an Evil Dead fan, you probably already have it. But if you're on the fence and you're a guy that's just like, hey, you know, what about, you know, is this worth an upgrade? I would say absolutely. I especially this time of year, you want something good. You want something to show off your 4K sets. I say yes. You're a horror fan, do it. It's a great upgrade. I feel. You know, it's got a nice little slip cover on it, a little shiny there. You know, feels good. But yeah, I highly recommend getting the Evil Dead. It's a what do I think's better, Evil or Evil Dead 2? I'm probably gonna go with the Evil Dead, even though I do have that soft spot for the Evil Dead 2. But this one, it's a good horror. It's good horror. I think Evil Dead 2 I always felt kind of a little silly. It's still a great film, and when that eventually comes to 4K, I will absolutely buy it. I will absolutely review that. And, of course, if Army of Darkness, whatever rights hell that thing's in, I would absolutely get that as well. But, yeah, The Evil Dead, absolutely get that. So that's going to do it. Leave your comments below. What did you guys think? Did you pick this up? Tell me what your thoughts are. So, until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. And until then, I will see you next time at the movies.